Good afternoon. That's a nice response. First of all, let me just bring greetings from President Pat. He hopes to make it over here a little bit later, but he was unable to be here to greet you, and I know he was sad not to be here. I know he enjoyed his time in Peru just last week, I guess it was. The Year Off program, to me, kind of embodies what is Kennesaw State University. We pride ourselves on being different. We do a wonderful job in the classroom, but I think where we really excel is connecting people and connecting places, and what I like to call connecting hearts. The Year Off program, I think, embodies that. This is actually our 28th annual Year Off program, which is pretty incredible. I've been at a lot of universities. I've seen a lot of universities. This is unique. This is a chance to bring together academics, performing artists, visual artists, and people of all cultures together and help them to understand one another. I'm especially excited with the Year of Peru. First, I have to say a couple of thank yous. I was saying that we bring together academics and artists. We are very fortunate to have a Fulbright scholar from Peru, Oswaldo Gavidia, if I pronounced it correctly. Oswaldo? Where are you, Oswaldo? We're glad that you're here. It's wonderful to have you here for this year, and we just hope to become closer and closer friends. I'd also like to thank the Consul General. They have already been wonderful hosts and have been great facilitators in helping us locally and also with our team down in Peru. And welcome, please. I'd also like to say that I am especially excited. My friend Ernesto here on the faculty, he knows that I like to cook. And my wife grew up eating Peruvian food and always talked about how wonderful Peruvian food is. And so Ernesto came back and gave me one of the most beautiful cookbooks. And I could just pour it over that thing. So I haven't been to Peru, but I almost have through the cuisine. And that, I think, is an especially exciting aspect of this Year Off program, is the combination of our wonderful chef, Gary Koltek. Say hello, Gary. Peruvian chef colleagues, and they are going to be just creating some amazing things. And every time Gary talks to me about this, I get hungry. But seriously, this is, again, something unique. It's unique to Kennesaw State. It reflects who we are. We're especially excited about the Year of Peru. What I anticipate, what I know will happen is that a year from now, we're going to be closer neighbors. But more importantly, we're going to be better friends. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Harmon. So our next featured guest here is Abu Inca. And Abu Inca is a local group of Peruvians and Peruvian Americans. The head of the group actually works in the Consul General's office. So by day he's issuing visas and renewing passports, and in his free time he's a musician and quite talented. So Abu Inca, the music they perform is a blend, as you'll see in your program. It's a blend of the Andean traditional instruments, the Spanish guitar, the African percussion, and so you'll see all of these different instruments, and you also have a description in the chair of all the instruments, and also short descriptions of each of the songs that they're playing. So they're going to be coming back and forth to the stage a couple of times throughout the show, playing different short pieces. So join me now in welcoming Abu Inca.
think and this is the first time this group of the Inca use on the artists to Colombia, Bolivia, Chile. The first time, right? The first time. So, well, let's start with Inca way. The next song is from the Andes, from Peru. With John in the Characo. Vamos son in Spanish, recuerdos, in English, remember. Right?
Thank you. Abu Inca. I'd like to mention that the photographs here that are on display are all photos taken by PhD students and faculty, I think mostly by Dr. Silva. Some of them from a very recent trip, just came back yesterday from Peru with Dr. Pat. We've had several student groups go to Peru over the last several years. It's one of the most popular destinations for our study abroad program. And we'll be offering several different study abroad programs to Peru this coming year. So if you're interested in studying in Peru, going to Peru as part of your studies, definitely see Dr. Silva, Dr. Figueroa, Reggie Lee, or myself, about study abroad to Peru. Our next performer is a KSU student. His name is Ralph Del Rosario, and Ralph is a great actor. Last year, he learned Romanian folk tales and performed on this same stage for the Year of Romania program, and he's back again to interpret some traditional Peruvian folk tales for us. Ralph.
Hi. It works. Yeah. That was simply incredible. Let's give it up one more time for Abu. Mythology. It can be used to explain and interpret the strange, the unusual phenomena that occurs in specific regions. In my reimagining of the legend of the Pachacamac Islands, we learn the origin of these strange and unusual smooth stone islands that jut out of the ocean right off the coast of Peru. A long time ago, in the first days of Peru, there were two kings who hated each other. The first king had a son who lusted over the second king's daughter. And the king who had the daughter heard about this and locked his daughter, Talali, and a servant to dote upon her, Oakley, in the kingdom's garden to protect her from such evils. Talali was locked in that garden for years, and the garden, although gated, was wide and filled with many flowers, royal blues and velvet magentas. It was also filled with many and fruit-bearing trees, soursops, pepinos, and lucamas. The only thing that it didn't have was friends with a sweet Talali. And this is where our story begins. Oakley the servant was on a footstool with her dark tan skin, deep pocketed aprons, and ruffled black hair, and she was reaching up to a nearby tree for a soursop when Talali came bounding up the hill from the castle. Talali pushed back her raven black hair, scrunched up her perfect nose, and patted down her cotton white dress. Nervously, she said, "Oakley, I want to tell you something. Look at me." Good. "I had a dream last night. A dream. I was on the tallest mountain of the land, and there were thousands, no, millions of birds swarming up in the air, and they came down and they said to me, 'Talali, we want to take you wherever you want.' And when I happily agreed, everything went black. But not like black, like nothing black. And all I wanted to do was run away, but then I remembered that I can't run away, because I'm locked up here in this garden. Only I'm 16 years old now, and all I want to do is play in the ocean. I just want friends, but I can't leave here. Why? Oakley, with her tan skin and deep-pocketed apron, was already off the footstool and by the princess's side. Oh, hush, my Talali, hush. Your father, the king, he's only trying to do what's best for you. And all we can do is respect his wishes. But anyways, it's not too bad here, right? I mean, you have me, don't you? Unless poor old Oakley is too boring for the sweet Talali. Oh no, Oakley, of course you know I love you. Something caught her eye. On the far corner of the garden, by the royal blues and the lucamas, there appeared the strangest but the most beautiful bird. Oh, its beak was long and elegant, and it bounded towards Talali with such grandeur and such grace. Oh, its large plumed chest was followed by a beautiful rainbow feathered cape. It was the most beautiful thing Talali had ever seen. Oh, only, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Oh, I must have it, I must. Oh, please, it'll be my one and only comfort here in the garden where I'm locked up. Please, it would make my sleep just barely bearable. Please, Oakley, please. Talali's eyes were twinkling. Oakley, surprised by the sudden burst of emotion, agreed and scooped up the bird and brought it to Talali's room, right in the castle. And so the bird sang for Talali. La 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 la. And the bird danced for Talali. La 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 la. And he shined his rainbow feathers and cocked his rainbow head. And every night the bird would stick his head out from the cage and stare at the young girl as she slept. A few days had passed. Oakley was in the garden again on her footstool, except today she was picking pepinos. When Talali came bounding from the field, from the castle. Oh, Oakley, she said. Oh, Oakley, I had the most magnificent dream again. Do you want to hear it? Okay. This time, I was a monster destroying the village. I was smashing the town. Smash! I was drinking rivers. And I was staring all the mountains away. Roar! It was then I stopped. I saw something. Can you guess what I saw, Oakley? I saw my elegant, beautiful bird. Except that it wasn't a bird this time. It had transformed into a man that I'd never seen before. And he kept staring at me for so long. It was then my monster body began to transform. My feet grew bigger, my arms grew flabbier, my snout rounded in, and my monster belly began to grow. And then I threw up. I just woke up from my sleep, and I got sick all over my sheets, and then I ran down from the castle, and I came down, and I told you, and now I feel faint. And then she fainted. Oakley shrieked as she picked up the 16-year-old princess and took her out of the garden back to the castle. And put her right on the bed next to the cage that held the bird. Oakley had seen the signs, the stuttered breath, the morning sickness, the vomiting. The king's daughter was pregnant. Oh, how could this happen, Oakley thought. And she went away to get some wet rags. And so the bird, by her bed, sang for Oakley. La la la, danced for the girl. La la la, shone his rainbow feathers, and cocked his rainbow head, and all through the night he stared at the girl as she slept. A few months had passed. The princess was caressing her newborn child, while Oakley was sewing a cloth next to her. Oakley, what did my dad say? How angry is he? Oakley responded by looking up. I fear the worst, lady. Her dark tanned hands seemed a little darker. Her deep pocketed apron seemed a little heavier. He wants to know and who the father is. I told him 1,000,000 times, said the girl. I don't know how I got pregnant. I don't know where this baby came from. Oakley looked at the girl and said, well, your father, the king, he doesn't want the kingdom to be shamed, so he decided that he'll kill the both. Oakley's eyes hardened. We have to leave before he'll do anything, said Oakley. As she took her stuff away and led down the stairs, making the necessary precautions, leaving Talali by herself. Talali was alone now. My child, my earth. I had a dream the day you were born. I dreamt that I was running with you in my arms. I was running away from the castle, running away from the king, running away from Oakley, running away from this garden and its loneliness and its royal blues and its velvet magentas and its sour sops, lucalos, and pinos, even away from the stupid rainbow bird. It was just you and me. And we ran until we got to the edge of the coast. And I saw the sun set into its twilight, and I heard the waves hushing us closer to the edge. And then I looked at your deep rainbow jeweled eyes, and I jumped. You were flying. My dark, radiant hair fell into the wind. My perfect nose fell into the wind. My white cotton dress fell into strands into the wind. And we dived into the ocean, sinking and expanding. Sinking and expanding. Just you and me, as we became two large, unmovable stones in the ocean together, forever without knowing. Oakley was bounding up the stairs now, with extra bags, luggage, scarves, hats, and coats. But when she opened the door, the woman and her child were gone. In Peru, you can see, even today, 2 stone islands that just jut out right off the coast as they float there together, forever without loneliness. The legend of the Pachacamac Island.
Great job, Ralph. You just added another place for me to visit when I go to Peru. Let's welcome back Abu Inca to the stage.
Thank you. With the previous song, the first song is from Peru, in special Cusco. It's sung with the name Valicias.